you ever felt frozen in fear when it's time to make a decision? Have you ever felt overwhelmed with anxiety with the idea of doing something new that you haven't done with before? And you get stuck in all the what ifs and what could happen and what are the possibilities? Do you ever feel like when it's time to make a decision, even though you know what you wanted to do, when someone asks you, you're like, but what about all these other things? What are people going to think? And you get stuck. You get stuck. Do you ever feel like you're having an argument with yourself? Like not with anybody else, just within yourself? Yeah, you know what? Because you are. You are literally arguing with yourself. And I'm going to tell you today the one secret that you need to know to finally overcome this feeling of fear, anxiety, overwhelm, and being stuck, because you are battling yourself. And even if you've tried everything else to get over fear, anxiety, and overwhelm, it hasn't worked before because you didn't know this one little secret. Now, of course, all these things are wonderful. You can try meditation, mindfulness, exercise, breathing, breath work. They're all amazing techniques that will help for a minute or a month or a year, but then you're still stuck with yourself day in and day out. So today I'm going to tell you the one secret you need to know to finally get over that hump and be unstuck. And it will literally blow your mind. I'm Rena, your confidence coach, and I love learning about how the brain works. I always tell my students, question everything, question everything. And today we are going to learn the power of the question. That's right. Are you ready for the one secret? The one secret to overcoming, battling yourself is the power of the question. Why? Why? Do you ever ask yourself, why? Why can't I finish any of those 6 books that are piled up by the side of my bed? Why? Why can't I finish them? Why did it take me 3 years to read a book I really enjoyed? And I kept opening it back up and having to go back because I forgot what I read from one of my favorite authors. 3 years took me to finish reading that book. Why did it take myself so long? Why did I go to clean out the closet and when I finished halfway and I got distracted by life, I never went back to the other half? Why did I buy an amazing, excellent exercise program that I was really excited to do and then not do it? I paid money. Why didn't I do it? The question we ask ourselves is very powerful. So instead of asking ourselves why, we're going to learn the right questions to ask ourselves to change how we think. Okay, so it all started back in about 2016. I was at this big convention. I heard this motivational speaker, and he told everyone, you can't believe everything you think. He told us that many times during his presentation, and it really, really resonated with me. You can't believe everything you think. Here I was, 42 years old-ish, I can't remember. And I never thought to question my belief before then. And I'm a teacher and I tell my students all the time, question everything, question, ask questions. Critical thinking, question. But I didn't question my own beliefs. So what are beliefs? Beliefs aren't facts. Beliefs are things that we learn in our early childhood through events that happen and lay down the neural pathways across our brain. And those neural pathways continue to get moved across until we believe it. But the good news is beliefs can change. You used to believe in Santa Claus, right? Now you don't anymore. Beliefs can change. People used to believe that the sun went around the earth because that's what they went outside and saw. Every day, sunrise, sunset, the sun clearly went around, right? There was no reason to challenge that belief. Until I heard this motivational speaker, there was no reason for me to challenge my beliefs. I proved them true every day of my life. I believed I was shy. It was obviously true. I was shy. It wasn't true. And the sun doesn't go around the earth. And Santa Claus, no. We can change all of those beliefs. So exciting. I just love learning how the brain works. And I'm going to share with you a little example to help you understand. Now, don't run away because you're like, oh my gosh, brain, beliefs, like, I'm not into this stuff. Okay, just stick with me for a minute. I'm going to do a little exercise. I'm going to tell you a fact, and I want you to prove me wrong by asking questions. Remember the power of the question. Okay, it's like Jeopardy. Ask me questions to prove me wrong. Okay, I'm going to tell you a fact that I strongly believe in 100%. The sky is not blue. Are you thinking of a question? I will wait. Now, even if you've done this exercise before, just watch, just see. So what are your questions? Type them in if you want to. I'd love to see them there for you to prove me wrong. Now, we're not going to discuss science and like color is just a refraction of light and stuff like that. We're just going with the idea that most people believe the sky is blue. And I'm telling you, it's not. It'll be like Dora. You can just ask me. All right, so some people might say, especially on the internet, on my Facebook page, they're going to say, are you stupid or something? Good question. Were you born in a cave? Have you been outside today? What makes you think you're right? You're wrong, right? Everybody knows the sky is blue. Those aren't questions. Okay. So these are the questions we ask ourselves. We try to argue with what everybody else thinks instead of listening and asking the right questions. So I'm going to ask you some of the right questions, and I want you to answer me. Type it below or just talk to the screen. You know, it's like Dora, but for adults. Okay. What color is the sky when it's raining? Gray, right? What color is the sky when it's snowing? Pretty much white. What color is the sky at sunset? I love sunsets. Oranges, yellows, pinks, even purple. What about dusk and dawn? What color is the sky then? So, will you agree with me that the sky is not blue? Is not a fact. A fact is true 100% of the time for 100% of the people. A belief is not true 100% of the time for 100% of the people. Now, it might often be true. It might be so often that we take it for granted. It becomes one of those neural pathways that are laid down that we believe over time through repetition. Everybody says it. It must be true. We learn as a small child, the sky is blue. All right, so I want you to think now about something that you learned as a small child that became a belief in your mind. You might have to think about it. And whenever you have a belief in your mind, your brain will see everything and put it there. So you have more and more evidence, just like the people saw that the sun revolved around the earth. They had evidence. There was no need to question it. Let's think about something from your childhood. In my childhood, I was told that I was shy, and I believed it my entire life. And I limited myself to so many things because I believed that I was shy. Somebody would ask me to go somewhere. I'd say, I can't do that. I'm shy. People would ask me to present or talk. I can't do that. I am too shy. I am not shy. I'm a teacher. This is what I do all the time. I am not shy. I'm not shy. But I believed it so hard. That pathway was worn. I knew the way. That was my life. That's what I believed, that I was shy. If you have something that came up for you, I would love to hear it. Type it in the chat. I mean, comment. She used to Facebook. I would love to hear what it is. And I would love to help you to overcome those. It is so freeing when I discovered that I wasn't actually shy. I was like a bird let out of a cage. I was like a flower that blossomed. I finally didn't have that holding me back anymore. And people would always ask me to do things. Like, I could do that. I'm not shy. It's amazing. Totally life transforming. I love bringing that to you. I love helping people transform their lives. If you would like to talk with me about some of your limiting beliefs, I would love to talk with you about it. I would love to hear it. Least you could do is type it in there. If you would like to talk more, please write question below. Comment the question. You can also click the link to my calendar and we can set up a time to talk over Zoom, which is more like this. It's much more fun than commenting, and we can see how we can change your life for real this time. Now you can keep doing the mindfulness, the meditation, the breath work practice. All those are so good for our soul. I do them too. But they can only get you so far until you stop fighting against yourself. And this is my goal for you, for me, for all of us. It's a work in progress. That's what life is about, right? So I'd be happy to help. Comment below with a question and stay tuned for more exciting tips for your next mind-blowing adventure.